Now we're ready for 174 pounds. We have Central Michigan's Mike Miller up against American's Michael Cannon. These two met earlier in the year in the Northeast Duels on November 29th. American's Michael Cannon beat Mike Miller from Central Michigan 3-2. We have another special guest with us, a former Midlands champion, former NCAA champion 3 times for Iowa State, and Olympic bronze medalist Nate Carr. Nate, welcome.
Hey, good to be here, Tim.
This is quite a tournament, and you had experience winning it yourself.
Yes, it's been quite a while ago, yes, but I did capture a Midlands title.
But Nate Carr was wrestling in this tournament this week.
Yes, my son was representing Iowa State unattached, and it was a great experience for him. He wrestled well, and I think he has a great future, so looking forward to seeing him do great things.
Which would you rather do, wrestle in the championships in front of a packed house at Midland yourself, or coach, or be the parent of your son wrestling?
Wrestle myself.
Was that hard?
No, being a father and watching is tougher. So, yeah, I'd like to wrestle myself.
Well, these two wrestlers at 174 are not going to have anything to do with the team title. As we said, Iowa holding a precarious 2-point lead over Iowa State. Missouri in 3rd, Wisconsin in 4th, and Northwestern in 5th place. Central Michigan in 6th could move ahead of Northwestern with the victory here. Central Michigan, they always have good wrestling. Tom Borelli really done a job up there.
He has. I was talking to him earlier. He coached in Georgia high school wrestling there and moved on. But, man, what a great coach. Saw some of his workouts on floor wrestling, and he's doing a great job. So hats off to Tom.
Well, every year you're at the NCAAs or here at the Midlands, you're going, oh, there's another Central Michigan wrestler. There's another Central Michigan wrestler upsetting, an Iowa State wrestler. And he's got that program and those young men believing that they belong at this top level.
And that's a big part of it, believing that you could win, believing that you could be one of the best in the country. And he slowly put that program together where they're dreaming about being the best. So I think that that last match was exciting. Yeah, Reader and Morningstar, man. I mean, it was great right down to the wire, and Morningstar pulled it out.
Well, I think there's been a lot of exciting matches here tonight. And Tonelli upsetting Surtsis there at 141 pounds. You thought he was done. And Mark, my broadcast partner here says, man, we've got to see something we haven't seen all night. And boy, did we see it. Man. Takedown, back points.
Awesome, unbelievable, great action.
2-point takedown for Cannon from American. Cannon won 3-2 the only other time they met this year. Miller from Central Michigan. 2-0 here in the first period.
Cannon's working, trying to get a cradle.
He has the body type that it looks like he's got the length to be able to do that.
Definitely stretch you out. Yeah, these guys are getting a good feel for each other. They've wrestled each other. It's definitely going to be a close one.
Well, you look at the two body types here. You got the long drink of water, and you've got the shorter, more compact. And of course, you are shorter, more compact. When you wrestled a tall wrestler
like Kenny Monday,
several times. Did it present its own special problems because of the body type?
Well, sure. I think that his body type lends itself to some of his great moves, stretching you out, looking for picks. And, he was also quick. But I had to stay compact, stay in great position, and that's what it was about. And look for quick stuff, and try to take him down with a single leg or a duck under, get him off balance.
Well, I never minded wrestling the really tall, skinny guys. It was those long, strong guys like Kenny Monday that now, obviously, we weren't in the same weight class, but I wrestled body types like him. Those were the problems, where they were long and strong at the same time.
And quick, so we want to give Kenny Monday all of that. But what a competitor. Great American wrestler.
We're looking at Cannon from American getting his cut below his eye worked on, and in what we call the blood rule in wrestling is there's no injury time taken. You get all the time that you need to take care of blood.
That's right, and that's good.
Big Ten tonight. Big Ten tonight is your ultimate source for all things Big Ten. It's the nightly show for highlights, analysis of all of today's Big Ten action, interviews, and so much more. Big Ten tonight, following wrestling only on the Big Ten Network.
Wisconsin's had a good showing.
Barry Davis has them going. You know, we were talking about all three of the wrestlers that are in the finals tonight were at a lower weight last year, and it seems like they have grown in, they feel better, and sometimes that's just the way it goes.
Yes, yeah. Barry's doing a great job, you know, of course, winning 3 national titles himself, and he has those young guys believing that they could be the best. And you know what? They're competing at a high level.
Well, and there's no question that finding the this is a good scramble.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
he needs to hook that leg. He needs to hook the leg. Central needs to hook the leg.
He's going to try and roll him up onto his shoulders.
Yeah.
He's going
for the fall.
He's going to roll him up and get some reaction out of him. Yeah. We saw this in a couple of the lighter weight matches where he rolled him up.
Well, pretty soon he's going to have to call a stalemate here because neither wrestler is advancing.
Oh, there it is. Oh boy, he's closing in on that pin. You do not have to have control or a takedown to score a fall.
And there's your stalemate.
Yeah, just no advancing. And Cannon really knew that position well. You could tell he had his shoulders up high. He was comfortable. And I think Miller needed to hook that ankle, you know, off the initial single leg shot. He has to hook that ankle and isolate him there. And he didn't get that. And so the defensive guy always tries to keep his ankles and his knees bent up so they don't hit that. And so you get a stalemate position often in that situation.
Red, you have the first choice.
Here's a look at the rankings, the team rankings. Iowa ranked #1, Iowa State 2. Cornell from the Ivy League. Rob Cole really doing a job. Mark Banning at Nebraska. Tied for 3rd, Cornell, Nebraska, and Missouri right here, who's 3rd here at the Midlands, ranked 5th in the nation. Ohio State, Minnesota. You can see highlighted the Big Ten teams. Big Ten strength is pretty incredible, isn't it, Nate?
It is. Yes, definitely. That Big Ten has always been a powerhouse, and I don't actually know if that will ever change.
Well, you saw there in the top 4, actually, your old conference, the Big 8 when you were wrestling, now the Big 12. 5 teams in the conference, 4 of them there in the top 5, or 3 of them in the top 4, and so it's always been that way. But as I pointed out, Rob Cole, the head coach at Cornell, really doing a great job out there for the Ivy League school.
Yes, he's doing a good job. A lot of young guys coming back, and he's really done an outstanding job recruiting. And from 125 up, they have all great wrestlers, and so, you know, they can compete. They'll do well at the national championships. And I think the Big 12, you know, they just don't have the depth, right? You said it, 5 teams. I mean, the Big 10 is just more teams, and they're all decent.
Again, you're looking at Michael Cannon from American getting tended to try to stop the bleeding below the cut of his eye. Gets all the time. If it was an injury to a knee, an ankle, he'd only have so much time before he'd have to say, I cannot go. And but that's not the case, as they try to kind of tape this cut up below his left eye there. And Nate, you still do a lot of work out in the wrestling world. First of all, let's talk about the Big Ten Network and their super fans. The Big Ten Network is looking for its most passionate fans with Big Ten super fans. The Big Ten Network wants to reward its loyal viewers with chances to win great prizes like tickets to a Big Ten game, autograph, memorabilia, electronics, and much more. Register now at BigTenNetwork.com. We're about really getting ready to wrestle, but